Thunder will take on the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference semifinals. Game 1, Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Central tip. Ted, how long into game 1 until we get so annoyed with how much Luka Doncic whines? First quarter?
I mean, I'm already annoyed with it. So
Okay.
yeah, I would say third possession.
Third possession. I I'm going to say some mean things. I can't wait.
And it's going to be over exaggerated. Because of I'm guessing Dort's going to be holding him for a good chunk of the time. I it's going to be there's going to be a bunch of complaining.
Before we break down the matchup, I need some people out there to learn from my mistakes. And here's what I mean. And I'm not sure who needs to hear this. But way back in the day, I lived with a guy named Drew Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you may remember. We played quarterback. We lived together all 4 years. He was from San Antonio. And when I was young and stupid, I thought, it'd be a lot of fun to bring Drew to the Thunder Spurs playoff game. It took me about 2 possessions to realize it was not fun. And I wanted to fight him.
Oh my gosh.
And the reason I bring it up, and I just know someone out there needs to hear this. If you're going to bring your buddy to the game, don't bring your Mavs fan buddy. And I get it. There's lots of Mavs fans in Oklahoma City because that was the closest team before we got the Thunder. I totally understand that. And people are loyal to the Mavs still. So a lot of people here. I'm telling you, you're not going to enjoy the game if you bring that friend to the game. You're going to want to slap him. Learn from my mistakes, people.
That's so funny.
Don't be an idiot like I was. Bring a buddy that cheers for the Thunder. I'm just saying. Someone needed to hear that. Someone's getting uninvited to the basketball game because I just said that, and I don't feel bad at all.
Well, and some people, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you are going to have to, even though they heard your advice, they're going to decide to learn this the hard way. Just how things go.
Yeah. I'm just telling you. Especially if the Mavs win game 1, you're not going to have a good time. I'm just telling you. But let's get to the hard-hitting analysis. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are really good at basketball.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how Kyrie doesn't I'm sure he has, but he doesn't look like he's lost any of his quickness. He's still just incredible ball handler. He's fantastic. He looks really good.
Is it weird that I'm more worried about Kyrie than Luka?
No.
Because Luka, it's clear when you're watching him right now, he is not 100%. And he's putting up really good counting stats. You look at the box score and you go, man, guy's scoring, but it hasn't been efficient. And Dort gives him trouble. But, and this is going to sound extremely stupid. If you're Lou Dort, you just have to force him to hit shots. Don't foul him. Don't let him get to the free throw line a ton. Force him to make contested shots over you.
Yeah.
Now, he's one of the best in the world at doing that, but he's also, it's clear, Ted, that knee it's bothering him.
Right. Well, it's bothering him, and the way the scheduling worked out was very beneficial for the Dallas Mavericks to get 3 days off. So that's going to help out a little bit, get their legs back under them. But yeah, I don't know, like matchup wise, who do you think is the best defender for Kyrie?
I really think it would be Case and Wallace, but he comes off the bench. I It feels like it's going to just have to be a collaborative effort between, I would say, Shea, Dort, and Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll try to get Chet on him out in space. Kyrie will try to make him dance, try to hit some shots in his face. Like those situations are going to be there, but yeah, I think it's going to be kind of a best on best series. I would love for Jalen Williams to be the one that guards Kyrie, but
Yeah.
that's a tough ask, especially with how much you're asking Jalen Williams to carry on the offensive end of the floor now, with just how much he's improved. So it's going to be a fascinating little chess match between these two teams. And I know this: the Thunder are going to make things tougher on the Mavericks than the Clippers did. My gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I, I get worried about the shot making, but I guess I feel like the Thunder have more weapons. I think they're better defensively. I don't know. Maybe I'm in a bad spot here. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, I don't think it's a cakewalk by any stretch, but I feel pretty good about it. I mean, am I too optimistic?
I don't think so. I think that the focus is going to be on the stars, right? There's going to be and the MVP voting is going to be announced during the middle of the series. Shea is going to finish probably in front of Luka, I would assume. That's going to turn into a big talking point. There'll be this Shea versus Luka. There'll be the Shea and J Dub versus Luka and Kyrie. Those will all be the talking points. I really think it comes down to the role guys. Like, does Chet shoot the and Chet's not a role player. He's one of our stars, but he's got to shoot the ball better than he did in the first round. And then it could come down to, hey, can Josh Giddey hit shots or not?
Yeah.
Because that's probably who they're going to hide Luke on. Now, let's see what Giddey can do.
Did Dort have a couple of really nice nights too, shooting the three?
Dort has shot the hell out of the ball this season.
Yeah. And if
So
you continue to get it from those guys, I mean, that's going to be your biggest separator. Stars are probably going to cancel each other out for the most part. Like, what do the role players do?
does Giddey and Dort and Isaiah Joe, do those guys outplay PJ Washington, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford? I think the Thunder's role guys, they have to outplay Dallas's. That's how you win the series. And Maxi Kleber being out is that allowed Dallas to do some small ball stuff. He shot it really well in the Clippers series from three. And that fall he took was it was awful. And he's out for the entire series. So that's a very interesting development. I don't know how that changes Mark Daignault's approach, but that is one thing also. And I feel like the Thunder have the better coach. And I don't think that's I mean, he did win Coach of the Year, but I don't know. I just feel like Daignault is more of a basketball nerd than Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
Even though Jason Kidd's a Hall of Fame player.
Well, we'll see. I mean, this is kind of the first, not that the round one series wasn't big and didn't mean anything. Obviously it did, but this is like the first real pressure on test kind of for everyone. You got superstar players on the other side. It's going to be a tough environment whenever you go on the road. That like this is going to be it for a lot of guys. Like, this is how people are going to measure you and look at you and see how you really are. in the playoffs and what the team is actually made of.
I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has the chance to elevate himself and how he's viewed by basketball fans. Everyone knows he's an incredible player, right? The numbers speak for themselves. The fact that the Thunder are the 1 seed, but while I think he's extremely well respected around the league, I don't think he gets the type of treatment that a top 5 player in the league should get.
I agree.
And if he can outplay Luka and Kyrie and let the entire basketball world know that he is that dude,
Yep.
then I think he's going to start getting more respect. And I think that is on the line. Like the opportunity for him to elevate himself into an exclusive conversation.
Yeah.
And
yep. This is his biggest opportunity for that too. You know, really.
So this is going to be the biggest games of his life.
Yep, that's right.
So
Big crowd. You're gonna have big crowds. You're gonna have big television audience. Like the whole basketball world's going to be watching. The spotlight's going to get brighter and brighter as this thing, you know, this series, late this series, if you happen to win it going into next series, that's whenever everyone's going to start picking apart everything you do or heaping the praise on you.
Jalen Williams has a chance too.
Yeah.
To basically say, hey, I'm going to be an all-star next year. I'm an all-NBA type of guy. I mean, that if you're Shai, if you're J-Dub, if you're Chet, like your reputation in the league is heavily influenced by what you do in the playoffs. Just is.
Yeah.
So they have a chance to go up a level. I can't wait to see what it looks like, man. I'm so excited. I don't even care that they're the late tip-offs. Who cares? Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be late, and I know, but I don't know. I don't know that there's much of another option. You know, big deal. Go to bed a little later. You'll be fine.
Thunder in 6. So I'm going with.
Okay, Thunder in 6. Like, how did are you just throwing that out there, or do you like? Do they win both at home? Like, how do you see that 6 games playing out?
Win the first 2 at home.
Okay.
Maybe if you split on the road, lose 1 at home, win game 6. Just to get real weird. Thunder in 7 is going to be, I think, a very common prediction. But I want to be an uncommon man, Ted. Give me Thunder in 6.
I'm between 5 and 6.
Ooh, okay. I'm listening.
I don't know. I think they could take both at home, grab one in Dallas, and close it out. Like, I don't know. I'm probably giving them too much credit.
Look at us. Look at how confident we've become. I love it.
The safe play is Thunder in 6. But I really do. I think they win it on the home court, man.
If my choices were Thunder in 6 or Thunder in 7, give me Thunder in 7. A game 7 in Oklahoma City against the Mavs where they win. Are you kidding me?
Little tension, little pressure. It'd be nice. But we don't want one of those like Kyrie or Luka can have a Klay Thompson type of game at any moment. So,
oh, you said it. You said his name. Oh no.
So we don't want to flirt around with any of that. I'll say Thunder in 6.
I'm thinking about changing Thunder in 7, but I've got to stick with my initial
Okay.
prediction. So we're both on Thunder in 6. Look at us.